All right, guys, we're going to look at a little bit of clinical massage for the ankle, and in specifically a little bit of the tight, stiff, sore ankle, which is a great combination. And I love a stiff, sore ankle because I love freeing them up. So I'm going to show you some techniques about that. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to look at working the tibialis anterior. I'm going to come down to peroneal tertius, and then I'm going to do some fascial techniques in and around the ankle to try and really free it up. So tibialis, once again, tibialis anterior, muscle that gets missed so much. Obviously, we're talking about the leg, especially for the running athlete. So what I'm going to start with, believe it or not, is I'm going to do a little bit of work on that tibialis anterior with a bit of the warm-up cream of all things. But the reason for this is I just love the slip of this, meaning just the texture of the lotion itself. So I'm going to work all the way up along that tibialis anterior, so it obviously comes across here all the way up. Very, very important muscle, especially important when we're talking about the stiff, sore ankle. And as I said, gets missed quite a bit. So we're going to work all the way along. Now, what you probably can't see is, yes, I'm using my finger, but what I'm actually picking up on the back end here is just in that thenar eminence almost, and I'm picking that up and working along there. Okay, so that's where a bulk of the pressure for the technique is. So as I'm working along, it's actually guiding along there, if you can see that. But I'll put it in real time, that's what you're looking at. So if we take this stroke all the way up, what you'll probably find is there's a nice little trigger point right up in the top of the actual muscle just before it attaches on here. So pretty important trigger point because it refers all the way down the leg and sometimes all the way down into the front of the ankle and sometimes even into the big toe. So pretty important muscle, pretty important trigger point that we want to address and make sure that we're freeing up a big part of that ankle motion. Right, now if I come down here, now I'm actually going to start to apply a little bit of the original because I need as much sort of grippy sensation as I can. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the outside, the medial portion of the ankle itself, and a little bit on the outside as well, and just a little bit up in this anterolateral area. Right, so we're going to come to the peroneal tertius muscle, which is right in here, and there's a great little trigger point in here. This muscle is so important because as far as I'm concerned, if it is active, it can really, really create a lot of pain through the front of the ankle. So we just work. So I'm going to use two thumbs together, bring them together like so. It's not a big muscle, so you can just sink back onto the bony prominences there and just guide up through there. So you'll know because your clients will go from a smile to a frown. And there it is there, right in there. And you'll find this for a lot of long distance runners, triathletes, whatever the case may be. So you don't need a huge amount of work there, and it's actually a trigger point that you can teach your runners to massage as well. And it's a game changer. Right, now in terms of the range of movement, it's important to check the range of movement. Okay, inversion, everversion, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Then I'm going to come out to the side here, just using the original. Going to come underneath the lateral malleolus and all that fascia, and I'm just going to work down through that area there, across there. Okay, there's a fair chance you'll pick up some of the ligaments along that area, but we're looking at just freeing up a lot of the fascia retinaculum in and around that area. Okay. So we do one side, come over, and then we obviously do the exact same side, same thing, but obviously with the medial. So just working through there like so. Okay, so fascial techniques either side, posterior, peroneus tertius, and then you've obviously got tibialis anterior.